On my way home from the Chicagoland RPM meet, I also stopped in Savanna, Illinois to the Savanna Museum and Culture Center. I had heard great things about the HO layout they have there in the museum, and it was the last weekend they would be open before they would close for the season. So it worked out perfectly in the timing to stop by and see the layout. The layout itself takes up the second floor of the museum, and they have a very good space for their club layout. The main focus of the railroad is on the Milwaukee Railroad and the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy, which totally makes sense since both of these railroads went through Savanna at one time. The day I was there, they only had one train running, which was a CB&Q passenger train. During a normal operating session with club members, they can run multiple trains. But when it's just open for exhibit for the museum, usually it's one train with somebody who's basically kind of watching the train and answering people's questions about the layout. One section of their layout they have dedicated to their Union Station, where they have all their passenger trains. And then the center part of the layout is pretty much a peninsula that is a divided yard with Milwaukee Railroad on basically one side of the peninsula and the other side being the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy. The Union Station area looked like it was having some tracks, maybe reconfigured, and maybe even a possible expansion into another room. They also had a very nice work area for the club members to work on items during operating sessions and just during the day when somebody is monitoring the layout. At one end of the layout, along the wall, there was a viewing stage. So you could walk up about 2 or 3 steps and basically get kind of a bird's eye view of the whole layout. So I was up there and kind of filmed this passenger train as it traversed the whole layout. It takes it about 4 minutes. And if your ears are good like mine, you might be hearing that chirping sound of an item that is off the rails, shorting out. I don't know where that car was somewhere in that peninsula, but I could hear it very well as I was filming this.
I'm going to run down for stairs for a second. Hopefully it doesn't derail.
If you were ever in the Savanna, Illinois area, I would highly recommend a stop and visit to the Savanna Museum and Culture Center. It is a suggested $10 donation, and they have several other exhibits on hand. Myself, I also took in the third floor where they have a Civil War display because my second graders at school, we do a whole unit on the Civil War, but that'll be another video. Anyway, the museum is wonderful to see. The layout is great. I don't know if they have information about their operating session, membership, or anything like that. I have not looked that far. I would imagine even though the museum is seasonal from May when they're open until the end of October when they close, but I would imagine the club itself probably meets monthly or has some kind of schedule where they meet and continue work on the layout even when the museum is closed. So I would highly recommend a visit if you're ever in that area. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.